We got Landon Schlabach here with B&B Breeze. Thank you so much for coming out here today.
Excited to be here.
Absolutely. This is he's part owner in this property behind me here. He's an investor in it and manages the property.
Yeah, super excited. We're super excited to have it. My brother, sister, and I own it. We designed it, built it, had a lot of fun doing it, and this is the end result. It's awesome.
It's gorgeous, and as you guys saw, we've already done a few videos on this. Spectacular property in so many ways. But a few of the questions I wanted to ask you were, I have a lot of investors out there that want to own these properties and buy them, invest in them. What's the best way to get started in the short-term rental space, in your opinion?
Yeah, the best way to start. There's so many different avenues and ways to go. So you got to figure out what you want. What do you want first? Why do you want a property? Well, that's kind of the underlying. Why do you want it? For us, we love the cash flow of it. We're huge proponents of the cash flow, tax benefits. And then you can own really cool properties like this. Like, this is awesome. This is not something that we would normally do, but...
Brock, show them that view behind us here. If you guys haven't seen the full video, you guys see this. This is absolutely gorgeous here. When you were picking out this property, what were some of the things that made you choose this location? Obviously, ridiculous view, incredible house, breathtaking house. What were some of the things that made you choose this location?
You pretty much nailed it.
The view in the house.
So the view, that is a big thing that I always say that people are looking for. They are looking for places with a view. They're looking for a place with water, or a combination of those two things, or some kind of local attraction that is a God-made thing or man-made thing. They're looking for some of that stuff. This checks quite a few of those boxes. It didn't have the pool. We built the pool. Obviously built the house too. But the view, I can't go in after the fact and add a view. Like, I can buy a super cool property in the middle of the woods, but I can't get a view like this. So if I can buy a place that has the view already established and ready to go, I can now add a great property to it, and it's just going to enhance it and make it a home run at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I love short-term rentals. Me and Lon are always scrolling through tons of them, looking for places to stay. You guys probably saw the Canadian property we're in. Ridiculous place, amazing view.
That looked awesome.
Amazing.
I want to go there myself.
So you got to go up there. But I see a lot of properties that are really boring. But what you just said there about finding a place with a view, you can't add the view in the future. That's so important. If you were... Let's say you're coming to this property right here and it was decent. What were some of the things you would do? You had $150,000, $200,000 to upgrade the property with. What are some of the key factors? And here, go watch the full tour of this property. I talked about the hot tub, the putting green, the in-ground pool, the fireplace, the outdoor kitchen, all the amazing features inside. What are some of your must-haves on a property to make it perform really, really well? Yeah,
so number one, one of the most important things that people don't think about is your hero photo. Your number one shot. Where is your number one shot going to be? And in the entire scope of looking for a home, I'm looking to see, is a property photogenic? Because a property can be photogenic just like people can be photogenic. And if property is not, it's going to be hard for me to buy it because I can't do anything with that later. So number one, look at your hero photo. What is going to be your photo that is going to be the hero photo, number one on the scroll, so that Mom, when she's booking, she can see it and book it. So I'm going to focus on that photo. For instance, here, it's going to be up with a drone. You're going to be coming back. You're going to have the house, the lights, the hot tub, the pool. All of that is going to be captured in one shot. So number one, what can I do to get things inside of my hero photo? But then outside of that, your first 5 photos are extremely important. You're going to hear me say a lot of photos. We invest a ton into photos because it's extremely important. But your amenities, you have to amenity pack a home. People are really looking for those amenities if you're going for larger group homes and families and stuff like that, because you've got to know who you're targeting as well. But it is going to be the stuff on the inside. The simple things that you can do, a king bed. Me and my wife, we don't like to sleep on a queen bed. I'd much rather have a king. So king beds. And
comfortable.
There's so many things.
I go on so many properties that are not comfortable. Hotels, properties, the bed's terrible. I have bad back. I do not want to sleep on an uncomfortable bed. So 100% agree with that.
I mean, I could talk all day just on amenities because I love that.
So what are some of your top ones? King bed, what else?
One that I'm on right now that I really like is saunas, something we may end up adding here. Saunas. I love golf simulators. I think that's going to be something that's coming. If you want something that I'm future looking towards is pools. Number one, people love pools, but then splash pads added with pools. So parks and things like that have splash pads. I love those. I think it's great. If you can incorporate that into a pool as well.
Crazy, like here or something? If you
I don't know that we can do it here. Doesn't really fit our clientele and who we're after here with this as much. But other homes, yes.
That was something else. He made a really good point. We were discussing some of this before we came out here. you were talking about know the clientele that you're attracting with your property. Can you go into that just a little bit?
Yeah, so
and let's talk and head this way. I want to get out of some of this wind. It's cold out here, guys.
It is very cold.
Super cold.
I know we're playing it off, but it's cold.
It's super cold. My hands are freezing. But go into that just a little bit.
Yeah, so knowing your target audience, who you're booking for, is extremely important. So, for instance, this property, we know that we're going to be targeting a group of people that are a little bit more affluent. They have some money. They are after places with the views. It's going to be primarily families and then groups. There's going to be some groups as well that come in and enjoy it and come together. So we are designing and we're setting it up with them in mind ahead of time. Yeah. So the kids absolutely love the pool. They love the hot tub.
And we were over at Shipyard earlier, which is a really cool project that you are also investing in. Shipyard 1, Shipyard 2, and you got a third one coming.
So those, like when we designed and built those, we knew exactly who we're after. So there we are after 24 to 35-year-olds for the most part is who's going to be booking that kind of a home. Yeah. And that's exactly who's booking it because it's designed and it's created that way.
Super cool. Look it up if you haven't, or you probably have seen the video. It's super cool.
It is.
Place.
It's an awesome. It's awesome. That's where it all began. That was kind of our start into a lot of this.
Okay, so let's say you're a new investor getting into it. Would that be a better property to invest in since it's less capital and you can almost get your feet wet with it?
So it depends. In a sense, yes, but because they are great cash, they're cash cows. They do really, really well, but they take a lot of cash. You have to have the cash in order to initially invest into it. And banks aren't financing on something of that nature. Yeah. For the most part. Sometimes they do, but it's harder to get banks to finance something like that. They're going to finance more traditional homes like this. Now, banks aren't going to finance all the extracurricular stuff that we've done, but that's what takes these things to the next level. And then in our portfolio of homes, like we have other properties that are designed out for specific groups and families and knowing who you're designing for is important.
Like Great Cliff is a retreat.
Absolutely.
Place is massive. Let's head inside where it's a little bit warmer. I want to go over a few details in here. We got some of the grass back in here, so they're just working. But anyways, Landon, as you guys built this, I know you were coming here and you said the property was already somewhat built and then you finished the construction of it. Yep. What were some of the factors in here that you guys put in? Obviously, we have huge cabinets, beautiful finishes.
Yeah, so this is a very good example. Like most people would just paint the ceiling white and it would be boring and just go away, just like every other home. Yeah. Ceilings are something that I think you can take advantage of with catching your eye that most people don't. So we painted it black, stuck some rustic wood up there, and now it catches your eye in a bigger way. The Jura is a big deal. That thing's awesome. If you haven't made a cup of coffee on there, you should. They are.
They're not cheap.
They're not, but they're awesome. They make a great cup of coffee. Guests really like it. We get reviews that people rave about it all the time. It's just a classy, trendy kitchen.
Waterfall countertops.
Love
that. You got two. So this is a wine cellar here.
Wine cooler, beer cooler. Yep. Yeah. That's
amazing.
That is not something I would typically do, but we had it with the home when we bought it.
Yeah. That was already here.
They weren't in, but we bought them and it came with it.
Okay, gotcha. Primary bedroom. What were some of the key features that as you guys were developing this, that you put into there that really, really jumped out at you?
I didn't want to have all white doors. Everybody always has white doors. So we did different colors. I'm big with accent walls. As you see going through the home, like you can see that we have the rock that's on the wall here on the back side, and it's also outside on the post. So it's bringing the outside in a sense there. Like that. So it all matches. I'm very, everything is simple to use, supposed to be. So his and her switches that you can just turn on and off if you're reading at night. Yeah. And then you've got the accent wall here with the frame TVs. I'm a sucker for the frame TVs.
So the frame TVs, tell me a little bit about these, because it's you basically have like picture frame with sound and everything.
Yeah, it's a TV. It literally is a TV. So all the components for it are just right behind it.
Really?
And now it just makes it look like it's a piece of art, and you just have to press the power button. Now it's a TV. Yeah. You got a workstation over here as well. So all you got to do, simple, is just plug into here, and everything is going to power right up and be working. Awesome. So
I like the indoor-outdoor here.
Yeah, obviously. Absolutely.
Going right out.
And then a big deal would be the curtains as well. So blackout. Yeah. Having blackout's a big deal. People don't think about that when they're designing their homes and doing their stuff, but having blackout curtains is a big deal. People want quality of sleep, like you were mentioning earlier there.
So I know a lot of people follow me. You've seen Great Cliff, which is crazy big castle property, 13,500 square feet, helicopter pad, crazy hot tub sitting on the water. What are massive place, ridiculous. Sits on the Potomac River, right outside DC. what are some things on that property that you would, update on it as we go? Because obviously we're making it even better. We've done so many upgrades outside, inside. I just thought of it, like blackout curtains in all the rooms. I don't know if we have that currently, but that would be a big thing.
Amenities would be a big thing that I would do with enhancing it. I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go with it, but I would look at
this is going to be educational for people that are watching it. So I think really
furnishings, I think, would be something, because there's some stuff that looks fairly outdated.
Yeah.
Even some of the wall draperies and stuff like that, rugs. More modernizing some of that stuff, bringing it into this century in a sense.
Well, and you made such a good comment earlier where you're like, mom is the one scrolling and picking out this property.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mom is the one booking. In that scenario, when it's larger group homes, mom is the one that's booking the property. She's going to be scrolling through Airbnb. So how can I get mom to stop the scroll?
Yeah.
Is how I like to say it. Because that first shot, that hero shot, is extremely important. Because if she doesn't like what she sees, she's not going to stop to look further. As soon as she does that, she's going to look deeper into it and see if she can find the stuff that is going to, number one, it's going to make her happy, and number two, it's going to make her kids happy.
Yeah.
What can you do to attract her? So if families are who you want at Grey Cliff, then you're going to need to design it with that in mind, which it has some of those amenities.
Absolutely, yeah. The games, there are tons of games downstairs.
Absolutely, the games downstairs, that's awesome, that's fantastic. You need things to do outside. So that's where I would probably look at investing. Number one is into amenities and things outside the home so that people can be active and be busy there at the property. That is a place just like this one.
Yeah.
People don't come here and then go out.
Yeah.
This is a location and a property where they're coming here to stay here.
Yeah.
So it is the destination.
Well, Canadian property was that way too, where there was really nothing around. And so you go there and you stay, and they had a bunch of different activities and
so
stuff.
So you need to have things to do in the home. And you got to think too, on a rainy day, what are people going to do?
Yeah.
When it's nice out, what are they going to do? Obviously, if it's nice here, there's plenty to do. You've got the hot tub, which you can use the hot tub anyways, but hot tub, you've got putt-putt, the pool, fire pit, outside, all that stuff. But if not, then what can you do on the inside?
I want to point out, with that being said, I want to show you one more thing over here. The garage, I had not seen this done before, and I'm sure it's been done, but you guys did a spectacular job with putting this together. And check out this shiplap, guys. Love this. Super, super nice. But out here, let's see, something I love is what you did with it. The pool table, the bunk beds, for maybe some people you don't like or your kids, either one. But how do you guys think up this, and what same intention behind rainy days, nice days, open up the door?
Yeah, you can have inside, outside. Now you have to figure out coding wise what can you and can you not do.
Very important.
We don't call this a bedroom. This is not a bedroom. This is a common space. If people want to come and use it, we have to for code compliance and everything there. I mean, shoot, if we wanted to, we can push these out of the way and you could park a car in here. Fun fact, you probably didn't even see it. It's got an outlet over there for an EV charger.
Oh,
so if people want to charge their Tesla or something like that, I'm a big Tesla guy.
Yeah.
I love it. We mentioned it in the guidebook and in the description that you can just charge up right there. Okay. So people have free access to that.
Amazing.
So,
and you got TV out here, mini split.
Yeah, you got a mini split. I mean, it is a whole nother bedroom. If somebody wants to stay out here, they can. Kids, obviously this is more set up for kids. They can come out here and do some stuff.
Yeah. Or if you got a bunch of golf buddies here, send someone out here you don't like.
I love it. I mean, there's a lot of money that's won and lost on the putt-putt out there.
That's right. Absolutely.
So it's a lot of fun.
Any other, because I just keep having so many people come to me for short-term rentals. Is there, if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Obviously, you guys can send me a message and I can connect you. But we talked about it yesterday, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that see a property like this. You have some money, some capital sitting aside, you want better taxes, you want to get your first property. Can they come to you and talk about ideas for places just like this and everything you just saw?
Yeah, we love being creative. Creativity is one of our God-given talents, each and every one of us, and we absolutely love it. That's one of my favorite things, is the brainstorming sessions, and my brother and sister and I were very talented in that, to go and create and brainstorm. I would tell you as an investor, if you are looking, because I'm an investor as well, obviously with this and then several other properties as well. What I see over and over again from people, and it's somewhat of a mistake, they spend all this money on a property. Let's say they spend $1 million on a home, and then they go out and then they mess around on a $1,000 couch or something like that. They spend all this money on the front end for an investment property. And then the stuff that is the most important for booking and for guests that are coming, that final 10%, they cheap out on. And they don't go nice with their furnishings or their amenities or something like that. So they spend all the money on the 90% and they don't have money on the 10%. I would prefer people flip that. And you get a property that's maybe under your budget, but then you have a lot more capital left that you can go and invest back into the home and make it a super property that is now, it's going to stand out from the competition and not just blend in.
And to go even deeper into that, so when we first started talking, I had said to you, and I've seen the metrics, and if you're a seasoned investor out there, you've watched the movement of Airbnb, VRBO, the whole short-term rental space over the years. When COVID hit, it went nuts. You could literally post anything. I did it. I had a few buddies who put up their properties. I helped manage it for them. You could put up anything and book like 30 days out, like just completely filled, every day booked. It was insane. It is not that way anymore.
It is very much changed.
You can look at the metrics and see that Airbnb, VRBO, they've went down some in their booking rates, but something that you guys do so well at B&B Breeze is you come in, you find that hero shot, you find those most important 5 pictures, you make those recommendations to get the hot tub, get the better furniture, get those things put in place to where we bring in guests and we retain them, we get great reviews, we get them to come over and over. And I remember you mentioned one story about a guy that came to you that had a property. He is making like, I don't know, $600 a month on, like barely getting by on this property. The first month you guys took it over, you shot it up to like, how much was it?
Yeah, that was way back at the beginning. It was the first property that we had. They did $444 in March, and in April we did $4,400.
Wow.
So 1 month difference. And I'll tell you, the biggest difference was the photography. They had like nighttime shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We went in, got professional photography, and it boomed.
I say that because if you're a seasoned investor and you're looking at the metrics for short-term rentals, you might be like, oh, the market's going down for it. The market is going down for all the half to 75.
Subpar, yep.
Yeah, 75% of the properties out there that are crap that nobody wants to go to because they don't have the hero shots. They don't have the right marketing. So when you bring these guys in, B&B Breeze, they're going to help you get the right shots, get the right marketing, get the right placement, get the right login, the guest book, all that stuff to where you're able to create real revenue and real profits on the property.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it will tell you the areas that we think you should invest in or not invest in. And quite frankly, I will tell you if I think it's a good investment or not at the beginning, because I think that's very important.
I made an offer on a very large farm about 2 months ago, and I brought that to you, and I was like, Landon, do you think this would be a good one? And his team went through it over about 3-4 days, and you came back to me and are like, you can do okay with it. Market's a little saturated there. This is what you could probably make per night. And I was able to take those numbers and make a really educated decision on if I wanted to proceed with the purchase of that property or not. And it was just super helpful. And they were very transparent.
I will put it to you, Frank. I'd rather you not like me on the front end than to buy it and you're all the way in and you have all this money invested in it. It's a fail. So
I do the same thing as a realtor. We're almost going to tell you the truth. Even if you don't like it, I take clients in the house all the time like, this is crap, this is terrible, this is bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to crap on anything here, but I just want to be honest with you and transparent.
If you want our opinion initially, we'll give it.
Yes.
If you don't want it, we won't give it. But
Absolutely.
How you can find us, B&B Breeze, that's the company. Reach out to me directly. Luke can pass on my, do you want me to put my information?
Yeah, absolutely. Please, go for it.
Cell phone number is 828-817-5056. If you want to reach out to me directly, that's my cell, 828-817-5056. Find us on our website. We've got email on there. It'll come to our team. It'll get directly to me. Someone will pass it on to me, and I can take a look at it.
And small testimonial for them. If it hadn't been for you guys, I reached out to them. I can't remember the exact dates, but I reached out on like a Monday, and I said, hey, we got a crazy property we're looking to buy. The client has watched you guys for quite a few years of your work. He wants you to come see this. Could you be there? And I think I gave you like 3 or 4 days.
You did.
And it was like 3 days, right? Yeah. I was like, can you be here in 3 days?
I think it was Thursday.
He's like, well, our friend's got a prop plane. We can probably fly up. And sure enough, we only gave him one time to be there. There was not like this whole allotment of times. They made it up. They made it there to the meeting. They helped out a tremendous amount. They were able to pull together that entire deal. I don't think we would have ever been able to close it for a lot of different factors, actually. Banking, the confidence in the seller, the confidence in the buyer. You guys helped us pull that deal off. So thank you so much.
We're excited about it.
You guys are amazing.
Good stuff.
Seriously, thank you for having
sir.
us. Can't
Good to
wait to
have
be
you.
working more with you.
Absolutely.
Reach out to him if you got questions. Reach out to me if you got questions. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.